Oh, yeah, split brain is one of those areas where if you really want to just upend your understanding of the brain, consciousness, and how they interact, go check those out. For those who aren't aware, split brain is a situation where, usually due to a untreatable seizure disorder where medications no longer work, the individual undergoes what's called a corpus callosetomy, where they sever the interconnect between the two halves of the brain. Sometimes fully, sometimes partially, depends on the individual's need and the severity of the seizures. The result is that you now have two halves of the brain that aren't communicating, and yet the individuals experience seemingly still unified consciousness. They don't, for example, describe having dissociative identity in two separate persons inside, like Moon Knight or some such. On the other hand, there are fascinating outcomes due to the lack of communication. In early cases, there was an individual, for example, who had one hand rather, unbuttoning their shirt while the other hand subconsciously buttoned it back up, as if the two halves of the brain simply could not agree on what state the shirt should be in. Also, you had situations where an individual might be shown an image that was only transmitted to the right half of the brain, and then asked to identify the image with words, which is a left brain task, right? Verbal understanding is unilateral. It only seems to process on one side of the brain. These individuals could not name the object that was only being seen through the left eye, which is the eye that transmits data to the right half of the brain. On the other hand, they could still draw associative pictures. So for example, you might show them a cowboy hat and they would draw a picture of the state of Texas. In other words, while the communication is not sufficient to allow certain specific regions of the brain to sort of do their very localized seeming job, there still seem to be some more overarching sense of consciousness and understanding. The cases are strange, they're interesting. You can look up a lot of them online if you're interested and want more. This is obviously a topic that people spend years, if not their lifetime, studying and trying to understand. Anyway, hope you found those interesting. Happy to talk about these things more. As always, please follow, like, and comment with ideas for future videos. Thanks.